My wife was coming down with the flu, but I packed my things to leave and refused to care for my wife, because I know she caught both the flu and feelings from a bedroom appointment with another man. I, 54 meters, have been married to my wife, Leslie, 54 feet, for over 32 years. We have 3 adult daughters and 1 adult son. Earlier this year, she started menopause. I loved her and supported her through this difficult time. She said she didn't want to be intimate because she felt fat and ugly. I reassured her that she was beautiful, and I was patient with her when she said she didn't want to have intimacy. It was only this month that she expressed interest in being intimate again. I thought things were getting better, until I found a Johnny rapper in our bedroom. My job involves frequent business trips out of town. During my last trip, I tried accessing my wife's social media, and, luckily, she used someone's birthday as her password. That's when I discovered that her affair partner is Levi, 35 meters, a family friend who has a wife, 29 feet. While on my trip, I read many of their messages. In one, Levi asked if it was okay to come over for their fun time even though he thought he was coming down with something. Even after returning from my trip, I continued reading the messages. Levi told my wife that he and his wife had the flu, so he couldn't see her for a while. My wife responded that getting the flu herself was worth it. When I got home, I found my wife suffering from the flu. I immediately confronted her, telling her I knew about her affair with Levi. She was upset but too weak from the flu to stop me from packing and leaving. She begged me not to leave her alone while she was sick. After I left, my wife continued messaging me, saying she was very ill. I told her to see a doctor, call an ambulance, or contact someone else. She insisted she wasn't dying but needed me. She said she couldn't call our kids or any other family members because they would ask why I wasn't there. She claimed menopause had made her act crazy and promised she wouldn't see Levi again. I still haven't gone back. Am I the asshole? Relevant comments. Commenter 1, call the wife and tell her, call all your kids and tell them before she lies and do the kids right away. See a lawyer right away. Response, I would hate to tell my kids, but I may have to if their mom will lie to them. Commenter 2, please see a lawyer. Do you live in a no-fault state? If not, you might have to take screenshots of the messages etc. before she deletes them all. I'm sorry you have to go through this. Response, I did take screenshots. I have saved evidence in other ways as well. Whether or not they can be used in court is something I'll find out from a lawyer. Commenter 2, then please see one on Monday morning. You need to know if it's a good idea you leaving the property or if she should leave. I know you're hurting but practicalities will mean a lot in the long run. Don't feel sorry for her just because she's got flu. Feel sorry for yourself, you are so loving and trusting you didn't see what a disloyal and unfaithful snake you were married to. Update 1. As soon as I found the messages, I planned to tell Levi's wife. I wanted to do it in person to spare our adult kids from the awful news, but several people in the comments pointed out that my wife might lie to them. So, I called Levi's wife first. She believed me immediately, though I don't know the full situation in their marriage. Afterward, I called my kids and talked to them in a conference call. Unfortunately, I had to share some proof with them, just enough to make them believe me. They're all understandably upset. I tried to stay composed, as I didn't want to vent about their mother to them. I'll update you soon. Update 2. Levi's wife has been messaging me since last night and again this morning. She was already planning on leaving him because he was sleeping with 2 other women. The fact that Leslie, who is like family, was involved sped up the process. Levi's wife has made him leave the house. All of my kids have since spoken to their mother, and none of them are buying her excuses. They all want me to divorce her. Update 3. The answer was obvious but I needed other people to tell me so I didn't stupidly go back to my wife. Thank you for those who commented on the first post. I had made 2 short updates to explain some stuff that happened after I posted. To just briefly touch on those updates, Levi's wife and my adult kids know that my wife Leslie had an affair with Levi. Levi's wife kicked him out of their house. All kids are on my side and they want us to divorce. I talked to a friend who's a major divorce attorney for the 3rd time. I've given her a lot of the evidence so she can decide what we can use. She did say that I should be careful with what I say online, especially I used Leslie's and Levi's real names. Our kids, especially our eldest daughter, are pressuring their mom to make this a quick and easy divorce. A lot of people who commented said I was being too nice to my cheating wife. I'll show some pettiness by letting everyone here mock all the excuses and minimizations she made for her cheating. Menopause made her crazy. She felt fat and ugly. She felt like she didn't deserve me. Levi came onto her first. She wanted to make sure a man can be attracted to her without him being obligated to because she's the mother of his children. She had intimacy with Levi to make sure she can still have it. Levi didn't mean anything to her. I'm overreacting because Levi is a family friend, and not a family member. Levi's wife isn't like a daughter to us, she didn't betray a woman that's like a daughter to us. Other husbands have forgiven their wives when the wives cheat. If I had intimacy with a younger woman during a midlife crisis, she would have forgiven me. We have 4 kids. We've been together for so long. I promise to love her in sickness and in health. Well, just so you all know, it's over. Relevant comments. Comment 1. It's interesting how she's refusing to acknowledge any harm she did to the other wife. Response. Levi's wife is someone Leslie and I watched grow up. She was like a niece. Our eldest daughter was the maid of honor for their wedding. Comment 2. Just gonna note that as someone who has gone through the I feel old and fat and ugly stuff without using it as an excuse to cheat, having feelings about aging can be a real struggle. But it's a struggle that is on you, the person struggling, to address and fix. I've made peace with my older, slightly chubbier, more gray self, some of it by putting in the emotional labor and some of it by proactively doing stuff, like exercising, to mitigate the changes. I feel unattractive isn't a free pass to check with the public about one's attractiveness in that please vote with your schlong kind of way. If she needed outside validation beyond you telling her and showing her that you still loved her and found her attractive, there were plenty of ways that didn't involve someone else's willy. I'm saddened for all of you involved in the blast radius of this crap show. Response. Thank you. I was there constantly telling her how beautiful I found her. Why would she need another man to feel better? Comment 3. I'm in early stages of menopause. It hasn't caused me to cheat. It didn't cause my stepmom to cheat. Such a lame excuse on why she cheated. I find it funny Levi was seeing another woman while he was seeing the married woman. The wife lost everything. I hope her it was worth it. Levi's wife and the husband can each other's support system. Be so ironic if he and Levi's wife got together. Response. I had watched Zach's wife grow up. She was like a niece. It would be icky, for a lack of a better term,